Hey, what's up, family? Hey, I want to do a video that hopefully just touches on a lot of y'all out there. Try to touch your heart a little bit, because I know we all go through some type of pain and strife. So I'm going to title this one here simply, Smile. The reason why I'm going to be touching on this word called endure. That's E-N-D-U-R-E, endure. A lot of us have that enduring smile. What I mean by that, because if you look up the word endure, as always, you know I love to give y'all a word of the day. If you look up the word endure, it simply means to suffer patiently, or to go through some type of a strife, some type of painful hardship, but you're suffering while you're going through it. And that's why I say I'm gonna title this video Smile, because we all know how a lot of us, we have what's called an enduring smile. We are going through so much hardship, going through so much pain and strife and so much stressful things in life. But you'll see people have a smile on their face like they ain't got a care in the world. But their bill's not paid. They lost a loved one, you know, got thrown out of the house or whatever, bad relationship, and they just smile. But you don't know what's behind that smile, because it is an enduring smile, you know? And you can also use the word enduring to say something like that mother had such an enduring love for her child. But if you just use the word endure, it means suffer patiently. So you understand what I mean when I say that smile? Touching on that, I want to dedicate this video to a long lost great Maya Angelou. I remember she did a video, a poem she did a long time ago called We Wear the Mask. And what she meant by we wear the mask is that smile. Great poem. Man, this lady said some of the most powerful stuff ever. But it was one key point I love that she said in that poem. Now, I want y'all to follow me. Listen to this. These are her words. So I'm not plagiarizing. That's why I'm giving her total credit for this. But it touches on that smile, that endure of a smile that a lot of us have. Remember, endure means suffering patiently, going through long strides of pain and suffering, right? So check this out. Go back to Maya Angelou. Listen to this that really stuck with me when she said this in that poem called We Wear the Mask. Verbatim, this is what she said. 70 years I've lived in this, I'm messing up already. Let me start all over. She says, 70 years I've been in these folks' world, and the child that I work for called me a girl. You see that? Just listen how that sound. But let me say the whole thing again, because I want it to really stick in y'all head. Like she says, 70 years in these folks' world, the child that I work for called me a girl. I laugh for work's sake, too proud to bend and too poor to break. Now, those are her words. I love them because it touches on a lot of us. Like I said, look at how many times you see somebody going through so much hardship, right? And if you talk to them, you see someone else talking to them, they might have that smile on their face, but they telling such a pitiful or sorry or stressful story of theirs own, of their very own. And you say, why are they smiling? You ever ask yourself that? Why do people smile when they really are hurt? They severely hurt inside. Why they smile?
Or they have that kind of laugh.
They have that laugh. Yeah, that laugh. Like, oh, yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it ain't that they're being phony. It's exactly what Maya Angelou called it. We wear the mask. But more importantly, you know why a lot of us smile when we're going through stress and pain and all that? It's a survival apparatus. That was another thing she said in that poem. It's true. We smile. We even laugh things off when we hurt. How many times a family member or something said some hurtful stuff to you and you just go, I ain't even gonna worry about it. She just be tripping, grandma be tripping, my mom, my dad, he be saying stuff, but I ain't even worried about it. But you hurt. You have that endure of a smile, and you walk it off, you play it off, you smile it off, you laugh it off. That endure of a smile. Remember, endure means to suffer patiently. How many times have a lot of us, we've seen the news, right? Or the internet. There may be a natural disaster that come in an area and just devastates the whole land, destroy everybody's properties, and just take everything. And the news media, because they love tragedy, they love to report tragedy. They'll go to these same people and interview them. Now, this woman right here may have lost her whole house. It's gone. It's just gone. It's nothing there but rubble. And now when they interview her, she will have that endure of a smile while she's telling you her story of nothing but pain and strife and hardship. But she'll have that endure of a smile. She'd be sitting there even crying, telling you how we lost everything. You know, we just moved in this house like 5 years ago, and it was a lovely thing for me and my family and everything. And now the tornado came and just took everything. It just took everything. We don't have anything. I'm just so happy that everybody's alive. You know, everybody's alive and they're here. I'm just happy for that. That's the type of stuff we be seeing. Once again, that's what's called an endure of a smile. See, this woman is hurt beyond repair almost, but she's being interviewed and it's a survival apparatus that's on her face. It also touches back on, you remember another great guy, Smokey Robinson? Remember the singer Smokey Robinson? Remember that real popular song he had? Listen carefully, because it touches on this. Remember that song he had? The tears of a clown when no one's around. Now listen to those words. The tears of a clown when no one's around. Now what do we know a clown for? Having a happy, smiley face, right? Make everybody laugh. But what you don't know, behind that makeup, a lot of clowns are sad, miserable. This man might be way behind on his rent, mortgage, or car payment, or this the only job he could get, and he putting on that mask to hide the pain and hoping he could just make enough just to get by for the next day. So now we touches right back on an endure of a smile. The tears of a clown when no one's around. You get what I'm saying? A lot of us at some point in our lives been through it ourselves or whatever, have seen that endure of a smile because we're going through such hard times. How many times a person has been in a relationship and someone physically or verbally, because women love to say, you verbally abusing me. That's worse than physical, right? How many times we have seen that, right? And a person will smile it off, laugh it off, but they are hurt inside, you know? And they just try to carry on with that day with that endure of a smile. We can even touch on sports. How many times you've seen a guy, he go up for the winning shot and he gets clobbered, boom, right? But he makes the shot. Now that's a great way to have an endure. Suffer patiently. Yeah, he got clobbered, but I made the winning shot. I could smile, but damn it, I'm in so much pain. You know, I mean, how about that boxer? How many times we've seen some of the greatest fights? A guy would get boom, 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 bam, he get bust up, but he get back up. And he put on some damage. And he put on a heck of a fight. I remember that Corrales fight back in the days. Oh man, that guy came back. He got his butt whooped, but he came back. But you see, after the fight, see that endure of a smile on his face? His eye was all lumped up, his face and everything, but he won the fight. But I bet you he's suffering inside. Like, yo, this guy beat the mess out of me, but I won the fight. You get what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to remember that. We all go through some type of pain, strife, suffering, all that. But when you see people smiling, don't assume you know what somebody else is going through, because you never know what somebody else is. They might be on the edge of break. They about to snap or break today. Today might be the day that they go to work and say, you know what? If such and such say this to me, I'm going to snap. But instead, that person coming to work with that endure of a smile on their face. And this person or that person is really pissing them off. And they like, nah, you know what, man? Yo, take it easy. Yo, man, I'm not even going to feed into that today. You know what I'm saying? Yo, y'all take care, man. Whew. woo, remember the Martin and Will Smith? Woo-sah, woo-sah. That's trying to take yourself down because you know you're about to break. So I'm going to woo-sah and smile it off. But I'm really ready to snap. But I really feel, you know, how many times we've seen on the news, house catch on fire. People lose all their personal property, and unfortunately, sometimes they lose a loved one. And now, once again, the news is reporting on them, right? Interviewing them. And the person is talking like, oh man, you know, we just lost everything. Everything's gone. The house burnt down because they was playing with matches or whatever the case, right? A pipe burst or whatever. And oh man, my grandson got killed in it, but I'm glad I got the rest of them out. It's just, man, I'm just so thankful. Like, we got to see that smile. You think he's happy because his grandson's dead? No. He just said, I'm thankful for what I was able to salvage. I was able to save this. I didn't save it all. He's suffering inside because I lost somebody. If you lost even one, it's suffering and pain inside. But you still try to have that endure of a smile on your face. I ain't gonna keep going on and on with this, but y'all got some stories to add or to tell, because we all at some point have an endure of a smile. Remember, to suffer patiently. And we smile. And that's why I love that when Maya Angelou said that 70 years in these folks' world, the child that I take care of called me a girl. You know how disrespectful that was? Why she say that? Let me break down that poem to you when she said that. Because that was like back in the days when a lot of the women, as they would call them, mammy or whatever, here it is, these slave or indentured servant women will be taking care of these white families' kids. And they always taught their kids to be nothing but disrespectful towards the help. Like that movie, The Help, right? Here she is, 70 years old. This little, more than likely 5-year-old girl is being so disrespectful and referring to her as, hey, girl, instead of calling her by her name. It's like back in the days. Remember how they used to always say to the men, to the grown men or middle-aged boys or whatever, they would call them, hey, boy, come here, boy. And a lot of times what they would do, they would have that endure of a smile on their face. And they'd be like, yes, sir, no problem, sir. Yeah, you got it, sir. Police officers, how many times you seen corrupt, straight, nefarious cops doing nefarious acts towards citizens, right? And the person they pull over, or the cop is the daggone gangster. The cop is the daggone corrupt one. And they are harassing the mess out of somebody. And the person that they are harassing will have an endure of a smile on their face. The whole time, they'd be like, yes, sir. Yes, officer. You're absolutely right, officer. You pulled me over for no reason, but he has an endure of a smile on his face saying, officer, what was it that, can I ask you, officer, why was I pulled over? See, that endure of a smile. But he's really suffering inside, and pain is hurting him because you're messing with me for no reason. How many times you see these racial acts where somebody go in a store or something, they following the person of color around the whole time. And they like, yo, wait a minute, you following me around, but the person over there who you're not following around is the one who's actually stealing stuff. But you're over here harassing me, and now I'm going to have that endure of a smile on my face. And like, yeah, I'm just here to buy this blouse. You know, I mean, what seems to be the problem? I mean, what's going on here? See, we all seen it. I don't care if it's a criminal act, a racial act, a loss of a loved one or a property or whatever, natural disasters, a game, sports, whatever the case. At some point, we have all had that endure of a smile, suffering patiently, you know, suffering inside. But I had to mention that one that was just on the top of my head about the corrupt cops and all that, because we see so many black men and women be nothing but respectful. The whole time they are being disrespected by an officer. They are still referring to the officer as, yes, sir. I understand, officer. Officer, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Referring to him as, yes, sir, the whole time, when the whole time the officer is yelling at him, snapping on him, pulling his gun on him before you can even engage in what's actually going on. And the whole time, a lot of you see the whole time he's still referring to the officer as, yes, sir, with a smile. That survival apparatus, that endure of a smile. So as I said, I'm not going to keep this too long. If y'all got some comments, please drop them in the link there. Drop them down in my comment section, because I know a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about when we talk about an endure of a smile. Y'all know you've been through it yourself. Your friends, your family members, your co-workers been through it. Tell me your story. Drop me some of your history on yours. We can all learn from each one. Remember, each one teach one. Goes back and forth, reciprocated. So, you know what I'm saying? So drop me a comment. Subscribe to my channel. Share it. Like it. And I appreciate what you do. And I'll hit you back. And on that note, subscribe, share, like, and comment. Peace.